Let me get to this last topic actually. Um, what is harder to find? Maintaining a relationship or being in a relationship? Which one is harder to?
Maintaining it,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's really easy to find a relationship. It's not that hard if you want to be in one.
Especially with social media.
I said I wanted to
Speak
be in
for
one.
yourself.
And no,
Well,
it
finding a
shouldn't.
good
It's hard
You
for
should
it's
know
hard
what
for
you-
me to find a relationship.
Why?
for
What do you
sure.
Why?
want?
Huh?
What do you want?
What makes it hard?
What
makes
do
it hard?
you want from
The
your person?
the dating pool, as people say, you know what I mean, it got pee in it. So you know what I mean, like it's hard to find a good mate that you vibe with, you get along with, and even as as you go on through your relationship and the barriers start to fall, that y'all still, you know what I mean, here with it. That's hard to find in my opinion. You know?
But I think that's what we're saying. Like, as hard as it is to even just find someone, maintaining it with that person,
I think once
is
you
even
find
harder.
once you find that, it should be easy to maintain it though. I don't think a lot of people are finding that, and that's why it's hard to maintain.
That could be true.
Yeah.
Are you keeping your options open? Because, like I said before we started here, I just looked at the person next to me and was like, "What's up?"
But you were attracted to him.
Yeah, I mean, but I ain't know him from a can of paint. He was just sitting next to me.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right. I mean, he was kind of really not my type. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to go for the tradition, what I feel like is my type or who I want to be standing next to me. I'm going to go by vibes and feelings and how this person treats me. So it was like, all right, he's treating me good. So we going to keep going. And now we're maintaining it, like we are trying to figure out how to spend time together, how to date times, where are we at with sex and kids and all that. That is all the things that we're trying to maintain while still being individuals and having our own careers and aspirations and goals. So that's why it makes it hard to maintain it because we only got 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just the type where it's like, if I see somebody and that's who I feel like, that's who I want, it's like, that's what it's about to be. Like, this is who I have my eyes on, and that's who I want. And I don't know, I feel like the world always works out to where we end up crossing each other's paths.
He's like, not for me.
So that's why I'm asking, so I'm curious to know, like, when you, what makes it challenging? Like, okay, you see someone you like, and then...
What's the approach?
I'm attracted to a lot of women. Like, women are beautiful, you know what I mean? But like, that doesn't mean that they're going to be good mates in a relationship, you know what I'm saying? So it all depends on, you know what I mean, when we go out and we get to date and we get to know each other, how that aspect goes, if it's going to continue. But after like a month or two, it's like, nah, this ain't it. I mean, like, and I'm not one to just rush into anything just because it's cool, you know what I mean? Like, I really got to feel you, like, in order to... I mean, I don't think I have a lot of high standards. Would you think I know you gonna say something.
I was gonna say I feel like your standards are
yeah,
super high,
I'm just letting
and
him speak right now.
you a little shallow.
before I
Probably you got a
say anything,
specific
like-
type.
I'm
You got
shallow?
a type.
Wait,
I think you got a
how do you know
type.
he's shallow?
She assuming.
I'm assuming I am. I'm making an assumption. You got a specific type, a specific woman you want it to be.
I don't think I got a
way.
specific type.
And if she don't fit that mold, that criteria, it's like, I don't want it.
Tell us. We might be able to help you.
on to something. That's all I'm gonna say.
And would you
like
date
you're
somebody that you wouldn't normally go after? Would you completely remove the visual aspect of it, right? Let's say you like light-skinned girls. Would you then switch up and do dark skin?
Interesting that she said light-skinned girl.
She reading you?
Hello.
Yo.
You know what I
you gotta
mean?
chill,
Like,
bro.
I'm just,
Your wig shifting and shit. You gotta chill, bro. Like,
how you
Right
gonna
now.
know? If you don't open yourself up to other people, other cultures, other
But
vibes, other
I
women,
will
how you
say-
gonna find what you want?
I will say that I've tried to date outside my preference. You know what I mean?
You have?
You've
Yeah.
made an attempt.
I made attempts. Yeah, and
You've gone on more than
and
3
that's-
dates.
Yeah, for sure. I was
Okay,
talking.
okay.
I mean,
You have? No, I'm just unfamiliar. Go ahead, my fault. I'm sorry.
so
Holding
anyway.
you accountable.
So anyway, he just being an asshole. But anyway, so yeah, I tried, and it just ain't worked for me. So I mean, like,
Do you want to be in a relationship, honestly?
Oh,
Ooh,
that's a
the
good
one.
question.
Do you
That's
want
that is
a
a great
relationship?
question.
That
People
is-
want the
That's a great
relationship.
Is your
question. Can you repeat
intention-
that question again?
Do you want to be in a relationship?
Great question.
Yo, who mans is this?
Great question. Make sure
that is the first question. Do you want?
You good? You good now, bro?
I was good before.
Oh,
but anyway, yeah. I mean,
no.
At this point right now,
answer.
at this point right now, I don't know if that's what I'm striving for. You know what I mean? I think I'm.
Then you shouldn't date.
So that sums it up,
right?
You're not gonna find what you want.
When I was looking for a relationship, it wasn't working. So that's why I took this time for myself.
What's the difference between now and then, when you were and now that you're not?
What's the difference?
Yeah,
Just
what's the difference?
I was
in
like a
life?
motherfucker.
For I was actively looking and being open, and now
with the intentions.
Yeah, with the intentions,
actively
yeah.
looking with the intentions of a long-term relationship with someone.
correctly.
And you went through the dating process
Mhm.
and you didn't find anyone that you had a connection with.
Correct.
So you decided that you no longer want to
Just take a break.
pursue that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
I respect it. I respect it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because maybe it's some healing I need to do on myself before I could, you know what I mean, meet the right person. 'Cause,
I ain't
you know,
gonna.
you are
That's real.
you are what
keeping
you
it player.
attract. Huh?
That's
The
real.
play always, you know
how-
what I mean?
yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that. Keeping it
Absolutely.
player.
Usually, when you're
Whatever.
not looking, is when you find the person.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
if
true.
I don't look for it, man, it might, you know what I mean, fall in my lap. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
But you never know. She could be sitting next to you one day. Might
She
have
could
to
be, you know
just-
what I mean? And then she is. I'm gonna say, what's up? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And you said you're open to dating outside your preference, right?
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
I don't believe. I don't. Oh yeah, I do have a preference. So, yeah.
You do have a type. You do have a preference. So
Yeah.
if a woman that is not your type or your preference approaches you,
Mhm.
would you at least give her a
Quiet.
try? You know what I mean? Would you?
Well, women don't
Looking
care
like
about
it's
open that
quiet.
What?
Looking super quiet.
He's loving
Yeah, I'm,
this.
yeah, I'm here for the conversation.
If a woman that's not my preference approaches me,
And she's like, "Hi, you know, I like what you."
First of all, let's get into
This
your
isn't a
preference. What are your
tricky
preferences? What are your top five
I don't want to
preferences?
do that. I
What
don't
are
want to
your
do that to
preferences?
him because
my
I
top
don't want it
five
to be
preferences.
Yeah,
What you mean physically?
yeah.
No,
Anything.
anything. in
What do you
women.
like? What is
Oh,
non-negotiable for you when it comes to a woman?
Physical, physical.
A natural woman.
Natural in what sense? Hair,
Like I
nails,
like hair,
body.
not a lot of makeup, body. You know what I mean? I mean you can get your nails done and stuff, but
Wow.
Wow,
Okay.
yeah, that I caught
Strict.
that real quick.
Okay, not
He said he already got rid of like 80%
saying
of
What?
the dating market.
I'm saying I don't have a
No,
problem
he's
with
not
nails.
saying
Like
it like
I'm not
that.
saying
I
like
know, we know,
you
we
could
probably-
like
you
you have
can.
permission to do
It's
this.
like,
Like I'm saying like that's if you
All
do
right,
that, that's
she
cool.
decides to go
Yeah.
get the claws. You like, all right.
Yeah, I'm not tripping off it,
That's
but
right.
Yeah.
I'm not even tripping if you wear wigs every now and then, but I prefer women with natural hair and stuff. You know what I mean? Everything is negotiable, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
80% of the dating market eliminated. I promise you, like
Because
that.
even the girls with the good hair wearing wigs.
That's what I'm saying. So I mean, as long as you know what I mean, leave the hair out sometimes for me, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Because
all I hear is physical.
Well, she asked
Loyal-
physical.
No, I said five.
Oh.
What
I
are
said
your top five
besides
preferences?
physical, I said outside of physical.
femininity is physical.
No.
Mm-mm.
That's
Femininity
about you.
is
That's a
an
virtue.
aura,
Yeah.
that's an
That was
energy,
my
that's an
second.
aura.
Yeah.
You're not listening, huh?
Okay.
That's a good one.
Oh, okay. Someone that listens to me, you know what I mean? Loyalty, of course. Nurturer. Somebody that's caring. And if I'm being honest, I do like
Go ahead, it's a
I
safe space.
I do like I do like big butts, right? So I mean, that would be in my
You
preference.
hungry?
So you're not.
My
it's
name
not
ain't Jew.
based on a, so it's not based on a complexion.
Nah, I don't have a complexion on it.
You said
Even
you
though they would.
You say you
they,
don't?
They
Don't
would.
say they.
You say that too sometimes though. Like you just go with the joke. Well, it's him. It's him for sure.
I'm just going off what your sister said, but like, oh my fault. Like I mean, she was on the couch and she.
You want to call her?
You
You want to call her right
like
now on
them
the show?
starlets.
Call my sister.
He like
Is-
them.
is- you
That's what
got a
he
Like them
preference?
star tenders.
My sister don't know my preference, bro. Like
I mean, she
does.
had
my
an
sister
answer.
my sister only seen who I bring home. That doesn't mean that's my
That's a
preference.
pretty good.
What?
What?
Nigga, that sound like
That's
evidence.
pretty good.
then
Evidence is
That's-
support.
yeah.
But like I said, I haven't been in a lot of relationships, so I only bring home like 2 people. Like, so
But I'm saying
that's
that-
not my preference. If those are the 2 people I bring home, like,
Yo, you going to Smithers over
Now,
here.
when you say loyalty, because that's always something that men say, I want, one who's loyal. Define loyalty. What is the aspect of loyalty do you?
like,
Damn.
A lot of people don't know what loyalty
I don't
is.
define
No.
loyalty.
A lot of people
like-
don't know what it is.
No.
yeah.
Really. That's
What
why
is
you
your-
haven't found it. Because a lot of people don't
Loyalty
live
in what
with that
sense?
virtue.
Okay, not cheating. Okay, but what else?
Somebody that I could put my trust in. Like I feel comfortable knowing that she's not gonna do anything that's not in my best interest. You know what I mean?
So you leaving the phone on the table unlocked?
Am I doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could do that in a relationship for sure. In a relationship.
In a relationship.
yeah.
He said not
For
the
sure.
talking stage.
Yeah. Not the talking stage.
Niggas
But do
ain't
we feel
rappers.
like that has, like, the whole phone thing? Do you feel like that is a part of the loyalty virtue?
Yes.
Like being able to.
Oh, and being able to leave your phone unlocked? Well,
I feel like that's so new. Like, I don't know. It's so new age to me where it's like.
That's rapper
I mean,
shit.
a phone is a big part of everybody's life. Like,
Right.
There's a level of trust there. Like,
Yeah, like-
where you don't feel like you have nothing to worry about. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like you should have nothing to worry about. But I also think just like going through someone's phone regularly, looking for something
Regularly?
is
My
kind of
God,
weird.
no.
But that's what I'm
okay,
saying.
okay.
If you feel like you got to do that, then you don't trust that
Yeah.
person.
Okay. So that's why I was asking.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe trust and loyalty kind of go hand in hand then.
For sure.
For sure.
For sure.
Okay. I like how
So
we
you
just
want-
had this whole like breakdown, this whole therapy session with you real quick. Like,
Yeah, man. You welcome.
You're
Listen,
gonna
we'll
find
send you our
her.
invoice.
I believe it. I believe it.
I think
yeah.
yeah.
I hope you actively looking too, because like.
Well, he said he's taking a break.
I said I'm taking a
Healing.
break.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm
Yeah,
healing.
you've
How long you was on the break?
Yeah, you've been on a hot boy summer for quite a lot of summers now.
Wait, what's going on? How long has the break been? I
Yeah.
thought it was a new thing.
This year.
Are
Oh,
you?
good for
Are
you.
you? During this break, are you abstinent? Are you celibate? Oh, you breaking backs. You just not breaking into a relationship. I got you. I got
Speaking
you.
of the guy, like, you can't trust the guy that's solid. Now, I think for me, real quick,
Yes, finding or
I
maintaining.
think it's equally like finding is hard and then maintaining. But I would have to lean more towards maintaining because there's so much nuances to just a relationship. You know what I mean? That people are constantly evolving, people are changing. You have to learn how to adapt with them. I don't think we are taught enough about the nuances of relationship, how to adapt with somebody. Like people are changing, and I think that part is once you get past the surface level of relationship, then it goes into a deeper level. Now you got to worry about finances together. You got to worry about parenting styles, and like it's more than just like if we're compatible with each other, because we can be in certain aspects, but then mentally we might constantly evolve. Like I know women's bodies are constantly changing, their moods are constantly changing. I don't think men are made aware enough about women's different moods and emotional states, and just as men too, men can come off very simple, like we're very stoic or we don't show emotions, whatever the case is. But there's a lot that we deal with, and maybe that even could be a detriment to us because we come off so emotionless that women feel like maybe they don't have to try to break in or try to figure out him, emotionally. And that's leaving a void there, because now he feels like, damn, I can't open up to anybody. Especially nowadays, I feel like women want men to open up, and then when they open up, now it becomes like
you open it up too much.
Yeah, you open it up too much. So now where men are trying to find that balance of not being stoic, but then also being able to be vulnerable enough to open up to a woman, and that's a hard task for men to do, because that when you do open up to a woman, I think we all been there, and that woman has used it against you. It's tough, like, you know what I mean? So
That is true.
So I would say both of them is equal, man. But I would have to lean more towards maintaining a relationship.
I would even say, starting a relationship. I don't think a lot of us look for what we really want. A lot of us settle for what we think we want or what somebody say we should want. You know what I mean? A lot of people say, oh, you should be with this person because, or you looking at somebody else's life and you see that they look happy and you just want that same kind of life. A lot of us, I'm not even going to speak on women. I'm going to just say a lot of men will just settle for a woman that would give him enough attention. You get what I'm saying? Whether it's sexual or, speaking to them, a lot of men would just settle with a woman that just listening to them or hearing them out or following their directions, because it's so uncommon for a lot of us. So,
I have a question. How do you guys start your relationship? How do you let your woman know that now this is the beginning of a long-term relationship?
That is tough, because I rarely have asked a woman, like, do you want to be my girlfriend? I feel like I ain't do that since like high school or some shit. Like, you know what I mean? But I think after a while, enough talking, and that's probably me, just a lack of communication on my end, but it just feels like we have graduated to a state of where we just automatically know that we are locked in, like, you know what I mean? So
How do you know?
How
So
do
it's
you know?
assumed.
That's what I'm
It's
saying. It's an
assumed or
assumption.
it's
You have
said.
an
To me,
intentional conversation.
I'm like, yeah,
around it.
you're not.
'Cause for the
I think after a
ladies,
while it is intentional because it
you're
just
having
comes
an
down
intentional
because
conversation.
I never said it verbally. Then it gets to a point like, are we in a relationship, or it's just that sometimes it slipped. Like I was talking to somebody and then I was talking to somebody. They end up calling me their man, and they had they had told it to like it was a close friend
Were you her
situation.
man?
Like
It was
we
never-
were talking for a minute. Like you know what I mean. So when she gave me that title, I didn't push back.
Did you hear
on
what
it.
she asked you though?
Huh?
Did you hear what she asked you though?
Yeah, because he
Are
didn't
you
answer.
her
He didn't
man?
answer.
Are you her
Are you
man?
her man? Yes or no? Simple.
I would say yes. I was. Like you know what I mean.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
The laugh
Okay.
and then the I would say is crazy.
because we were in that stage where we were getting to know each other. We already took those steps. You know what I mean. So it
But
was.
if she's saying that you are her man, why are you saying I would say that?
Because
is there a disconnect?
No, I'm just saying I agree with her. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
But it wasn't like it wasn't something where I was like, "Yo, do you want to be my girl?" Like it was just. She just ended up saying that, and then it was shared to me, and I was like, you know what, it makes sense. It just was never communicated. Like,
I guess I am.
So,
Like,
ladies, do you prefer him to ask or to
I'm
have
not
that
assuming.
conversation and say, "You are now my girlfriend," or "Will you be my girlfriend?" or make that very clear?
For me,
Do you
if
need
a
that
man
clarity?
can't have that initial conversation, that shows where he is in his community, like his communication. If he can't have that conversation with me, I want you to be my girl, then how are we having harder conversations?
But I would find it truly valuable if a woman could tell me.
You gotta put that phone on.
It's the watch, bro.
You gotta sign
but
man's Apple Watch.
But anyway, like I said, I would find it valuable if a woman could say, "Hey, I don't know where we're at right now, but I would really like to be in a relationship with you."
Oh,
Because I don't think it's solely on a man.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I do think it's important that a man say it as well. But if a woman took that initiative, then maybe sometime we're in our head like she not looking for this or whatever.
Or she already know what's up.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think communication can come both ways.
And so that's where I go back to the whole idea that we're equal, where it's like we can both show up in the same way for certain things. So communication across the board, we should both be able to communicate certain things. Now, should one person be initiating everything? No, but I love a check-in. Like I'm always like, let's check in really quick. Like, like I know when we first started, we was doing that. And now it's kind of like, we want to do this, where do we see this going?
Every 30 days.
It depends on where the check-in happens. Like, if it was like a weekend or some shit, you try to check in, I'm like, yo, bro.
No.
Yeah, no, it has to be like,
every 30
a
days
mutual, like, I feel like the reason for a check-in would be the assumed feelings. And then the check-in is to make sure that those assumed feelings are what they are. And I think that the communication piece in general is what makes both starting and maintaining relationships so hard, because it's like, okay, you have to constantly communicate through those changing things. So you're going through something, you're changing into a whole different man than you were 4 months ago when we started talking. And I'm turning into a whole different woman, and I have to learn to communicate with that new man as this new woman. And it can get really, you just have to like really want to be in the relationship. And I think for me, that's like what you always have to ask yourself, like, do I want to be in this? Do I want to be in this? Because it takes effort. And the time that you're investing into that is time that's taken away from other things. And so you constantly have to audit, like, is this working for me? Is this working for me? Is this something that I'm willing to put more into? Especially ahead of the more serious things like children and marriage.
And you got to want the relationship at the same time. Y'all got to both want to be in that space at the same time. One person can't be off than the other, because then it becomes a situationship. Because now you're waiting for him to catch up to where you at.
No, timing is everything. I always say right person, wrong time is still wrong person.
Yeah.
So if you're not, like, for example, for you, you're in what sounds like a healing journey and you are, figuring things out, which is amazing. So you for that. A lot of men aren't doing that. Right now you could meet your person, but you're not in a headspace right now to be dating. And so she could be everything that you need or want, but since you're not there yet, she seems like she's not that.
It won't be enough.
Yeah.
True.